Hello and
Hi.
welcome to Hobby Hangout. Thanks everyone for joining us. My name is Leona and I'm one of the video editors at Game Trade Media. And today I have Dave Taylor and Jeff Hall with me here to paint and to hobby. Hi
Hey.
guys.
How's everybody doing?
Good. Good. So we have Gretchen is not here with us today. So sad. So hopefully we'll see her dragon next week. But we have Dave is back from the wilderness.
Can I just say that next time around when you say Gretchen is not with us, so sad.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It is sad that Gretchen is not here
on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is elsewhere, still alive.
Yes, that is very true. Sorry for that.
No worries. It just sounded a little bit scary.
Yeah. Don't worry. But Dave is back.
Woot.
From the wilderness. Now back in his dungeon basement. It's all good.
Yes.
Yes.
Huzzah.
And then we also have Jeff Hall joining us again. Thank you so much, Jeff. Excited.
Yep. Very happy to be here once again.
So,
had lots of fun last week.
Yeah, with painting. Last week you ended up painting the Undead Beholder. And
Undead Beholder. Yes, and this week, so Undead Beholder. Yeah, I hate my camera. Not completely finished. Still have to do his eyes and his mouth, but I got pretty far last week on him. And then tore my basement apart. So now that it's back together, I'm back to painting. And then this week is the new Roper mini from WizKids D&D line, 𝙬𝙧𝙞𝙬𝙳 Unpainted Minis.
Woo!
So working up this crazy cool new, as Dave said, terrifying looking pine cone of doom.
Pine cone of doom. What was the name of that monster again?
The Roper.
The Roper.
Basically a living stalactite.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Very cool. Real quick, I wanted to say hi to people in the chat. So we have Michael Harris with us. Hello. Graham is watching. We have David. Hey
Hello.
there, superstars, and all the fine folks in the chat. We have Kat Swift here with us. Byron. Some key. Oh yeah, David says, what? No, Gretchen, I'm out of here.
Bye.
Oh, no. Bye.
Hey, David.
Chris is here. Chris Layfield. Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Oh, someone on Facebook is watching. First time I've been able to catch your show. If you're watching through StreamYard, make sure you allow them to access your account, and then I can see your comment. Like I can see your profile if you're watching through the group.
Yeah.
We also have Roger Moore here, David Kraut, Thomas, and yeah. Oh, and then Roger Moore says, Kat, we can talk about Dave's hair. Because last week we weren't able to talk about it, Dave. So they were a little sad.
Well, they're able to talk about it. you could have had like incredibly wild sort of suppositions as to how my hair had been styled for that day.
True.
How it was holding up on the beach areas.
Yep.
So now that you're back in your painting layer, Dave, what have you been working on?
I have been working on more of the Death Guard Plague Marines. So actually on the way back from our trip away to Smith Island, Maryland, in the Chesapeake Bay, I stopped in at Jeff's store, Games and Stuff, and picked up, where's the box? It's over here somewhere. The start collecting set for the Maggotkin of Nurgle. And so I've been doing loads of conversions.
Woo!
Between Death Guard stuff from Warhammer 40,000 and Maggotkin of Nurgle stuff from Age of Sigmar. So it's been a lot of fun, just doing more and more wild, crazy conversions and going back and finishing up the paint jobs on those big bloated, disgusting guys that I've been painting.
That's awesome.
And look, Kat, I'm using the handle.
I even rammed my guy into the large handle too.
Nice work.
That's awesome. Very good. That's exciting. Working on some Nurgle projects.
And what are you working on?
I am going to be, last week I was painting the Huntress from Sanctum. and I'm going to be adding to her today.
Cool.
So I put down some base colors. They're a little bit muddy, and my hope is to maybe put some washes on them to see if I can. It's hard to see in the. Let's see if I can zoom up on the thing. Nope. Yeah, you sort of see. She has a lot of texture on her armor parts. Of course, it doesn't want to.
Yeah.
You saw it there for a second.
Okay. For a second. It was all good.
For a second. Actually, you could just take out the mini since you have the game. She has a lot of texture on her armor and her under armor, like leather thing. So trying to figure out how to make that stand out a little bit more. People in the chat have ideas, let me know. Yeah. Also, sorry, the chat is going. Hello, Keith. Thanks for joining us. Oh, apparently Byron said the new box of set of Castle Ravenloft is $400. Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Spider-Man, hello from St. Louis.
Cool.
That $400 one, though, I think is the Beetle and Grimm, like, Uber Deluxe, like, special one.
Oh, okay.
They always do that super deluxe kit that Matthew Lillard's company now runs, where they do, like, gold coins and special things. And,
oh, wow. Yeah.
The normal ones are, you know, still reasonable.
Okay.
$80 range.
So if you don't get the super deluxe, you'll be good.
Right.
Yeah, actually, that was Mike, who was on Facebook, but he switched to YouTube. That's good. Join us on YouTube. It's always a good time.
And I just want to point out, Sumkey had a question for Jeff.
Oh, okay.
A little bit further up.
Oh.
Was it the how did I get roped into painting that many? Yes, I saw that briefly.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't really know. I think because it's my favorite of the new wave of minis that just came out yesterday.
Cool.
So for those of you who are watching, let us know what current works in progress you guys are working on, and say hi to us in the chat. And we'd love to hear about, you know, your current works in progress or even recently finished projects. That's always good. Love to hear that as well.
It is nice to finish. Nice
to
finish projects.
Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of done on the Water Dancer for this Sanctum set.
Cool.
So I think I'll end up just kind of painting through them, and then maybe I'll sit down and play the game. So
right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Super excited. With the monster that you're painting, Jeff, you said it was a stalactite monster?
Basically, it's like a living stalactite that catches people unaware. You know, looks just like another piece of rock, then it pops out and attacks them when it comes to life.
So that's interesting because Gretchen had been painting like stones or gems. How are you planning on kind of painting the rock part? Are you just going to be dry brushing that?
Yeah, I dry brushed a couple different shades of gray for the base, and then now I'm doing the mouth and the kind of the parts that get exposed when it comes alive. Just kind of following some of the standard 5th edition artwork. It usually has kind of a pinkish mouth that it exposes and things. So, but yeah, the rocks, I just went with like 3 different shades of gray.
Nice.
And I'll possibly throw maybe a gloss over it at the end because it'll make it look like a wet, you know, cavern kind of rock then.
Okay, that's cool. I was going to ask, if it was primarily like a rock-based life form, but the pink mouth suggests that it's more like a fleshy sort of thing with the stone.
Yeah, I think it just has lots of stone, like camouflaging abilities.
Right.
Like
okay.
crazy tentacles and things.
Yeah.
And you would find this in a cave?
Yes, like in the Underdark where the drow and the mind flayers and all live.
Ooh.
Or on the shelf at Games and Stuff.
Yeah, or on the shelf at Games and Stuff. Quite a number of them came in yesterday.
Excellent.
That's always good.
Is cool.
All right, so I actually people in the chat were telling us what they're working on. Roger Moore said, I'm done with Drizzt, finishing my War of the Worlds. Yes, we will see that photo later on. So
Excellent. Looking forward to it.
Cool.
Finishing my War of the Worlds on the tier pods and should have them done by today.
I'm guessing that should be tripods.
Tripods, that's what I thought.
I'm thinking tripods.
All right.
Must be autocorrect.
It's all good. Michael Harris is finishing up the WizKids Balor tonight. And Spider-Man said, still slamming through the core box of Cthulhu Death May Die while building up my 40k Dark Angel army, alternating between the two to keep it fresh. Very nice.
There's a lot of great minis in that Cthulhu Death May Die box.
Right. And then if you go crazy, you can get
Ooh.
the giant Cthulhu as well. That's up there on the shelf.
Yeah,
next to the very large Darth Vader castle that I built.
I think they complement each other well.
Right.
Where was it? Keith Compton says he's painting up the Stormcloak faction for Elder Scrolls.
Oh, cool.
Graham is currently painting up barbarians from various manufacturers to give his army a good mix of figures.
Excellent.
And then Mike Evans said, I'm working on a fire elemental. It's a rock on the top and fire on the bottom. So I'm trying sort of an upside down OSL.
Okay. That's cool.
That's interesting.
Sounds like
and then David Moffat said, I'm working on uploading a video and getting ready for an Infinity build live stream with a friend.
Right. Cool.
Nice. Oh, David has to head out. Bye, David.
Bye.
See ya.
And then Sumkey says, painting the champion for Elder Scrolls. Feels like Elder Scrolls is
It's a couple of Elder Scrolls. A couple of votes for Elder Scrolls.
making its rounds.
Yeah. Nice. That's good.
Which is always good.
When did it launch? It was like 5 weeks ago? 6 weeks ago?
Yeah, somewhere in that realm. It's done really well. Been very popular.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah, we had Chris and John on the show.
Yes, we did.
Around launch time.
Yeah, it was right before the launch, which was really fun. We talked a lot about, that's a previous episode, so if people who are watching are interested, we did talk to the artists and also the creative director / owner of Odysseus, so that was really fun to kind of hear about their process of how they make minis and all that. They kind of went into more depth of just sort of the behind the scenes of what it takes to make a game and put minis with it, which was really very interesting.
It was cool.
Because normally we talk a lot about painting on this show, but they talked a lot about like the making of the models.
Yeah, the sculpting and the processes. It was definitely good.
Which I appreciated.
Yeah.
In our Facebook group, we had a couple questions. Some of them were from a bit a while ago, but I figured it would still be good to kind of talk about. So someone had a question. Here, let me just share my screen. They said, has anyone tried any of those new paints? The Blackest Black or Black V2 or the Pinkest Pink? I've seen everyone's experience. He was wondering what everyone's experience might be with them.
I haven't used them at all and I don't think I would use them at all for well, certainly not the Blackest Black for miniature painting. I think it probably has its place in terrain building. There might be some times you'd want to use it there. But with miniatures, the idea really is to enhance the contrast between the highlights and the shadows. But the idea of the Blackest Black is to remove all contrast. And so you just end up with a whole bunch of the wonderful silhouettes that I show everybody like week after week. See that silhouette?
Blam, nothing.
It'd be flatter. It'd be just like a literal cutout. So I think for miniature building, for miniature painting, that they wouldn't be very good.
Okay.
But if
I haven't seen them anywhere, even to try. But I don't think I would really find a use for them either.
Yeah, I'm thinking for terrain building, they could be good if you're doing like caves or something where you want to give the impression of a lot of depth, but you don't have a lot of depth. So if you're doing dioramas or something that's flat at the back,
right,
that use the blackest black for the depth of a cave.
Right.
I think that could be good, but
I was thinking like even on maybe a doorway potentially, as you said, like if it was just like flat.
Yep. On the other side of a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
You could do something like that. Could probably work really well. The pinkest pink, I'm not really sure. I don't think the miniatures and the chromest chrome. Also, you'd have sort of again, there'd be like a scale issue where the chrome wants to be. You're so used to seeing chrome at 1:1 scale, right? It needs to look different when it's much smaller. Is my feeling,
right?
So I'm not sure how that would go. It might work well, sort of mixed in with some other acrylic paints, but then that kind of defeats the chromiest chrome purpose of it. That would be my thoughts, anyway. But yes.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if people in the chat had ever used the blackest black and kind of what their experience might have been. So if you have, please comment, let us know. But I know in general, we had talked about it before and how it, as you said, from your experience, you don't really ever need a blackest black when you paint. You don't want that necessarily. So
it looks like in the comments, Mike has said that the only Culture Hustle product he has is the green glow pigment. So that could be interesting. I think there'd be certainly be a lot of use for something like that in terrain building. But yeah, possibly also for object source lighting.
And Thomas says there's a mirror chrome paint for possibly a sword edge.
Yeah, that's a place you could use it for sure.
Nice.
All right.
And Jeff, had you used it at all, or
no? I haven't.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting, like when new products like that come out, where it's changing the way that you approach how you use your paints. I know that I'm definitely in a habit. I've got my paints piled on the desk here, and I know what my recipes are. And occasionally I'll try something a little bit different, but honestly, switching out one color for another color. It's not using something as sort of hugely bold as the blackest black or the chromest chrome. So, Jeff, have you had a chance yet to try the Tesseract Glow, the new?
I did. I put it. Now, if I can remember what I put it on. I did a Dark Elf model, and I put it on a sword blade. So I did a standard Dark Elf from Games Workshop, but I kind of painted him more like a Drow Elf. Again, I'm always backwards. So I used the Reaper Dark Elf skin tones, which are kind of a purpley skin.
Okay. Yep.
Backwards. And on the sword blade, I just threw in some of the Tesseract Glow because it has some sculpted in, runes and things.
Okay.
So just tried a little bit on there.
What do you think?
It was neat, definitely adds a little bit of a interesting little glow. It's hard to see again, but
yeah, you can see it
flows in nicely into the crevices and things.
Cool. Yeah, I saw Tyler Mangle of Mangle's Miniatures did a quick sort of step-by-step tutorial of a like a ghost or a sort of banshee kind of thing. But Tesseract Glow was the main color, so it was primed white and the Tesseract Glow paint over it. And it looked really good. It looked like it was a fairly quick sort of scheme, but yeah, it worked out really nicely.
Also, I wanted to say hi to Dave Schrumpf. Thanks for joining us, and also hi to Michael.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, cool.
Michael Gilkson, also known as Gorilla.
Excellent.
David Moffat said Dave pretty much said pretty much everything I thought about those colors. So
yeah. Just remember though, that's just my opinion. It's not my experience.
It's law.
No, I could be completely wrong.
Also, Mike was wondering, Jeff, did you undercoat the Tesseract in white before you used it?
I put it straight over the metallic of the sword. So yeah, I just threw a little bit straight onto over the metal, which I believe was probably some lead belcher or so.
Right. So fairly dark metal.
Yeah, it's not a super bright glow.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. We also had another question. Hey folks, I'm currently on the hunt for a Dwarf Fighter, but not one that looks like your standard generic dwarf. I want a good looking one like 𝙀𝙀𝙀 𝙀𝙀𝙀 with flowing beard, long hair, and a decent regular beard, not braided. So I thought maybe Jeff would know, since he's, you know,
Jeff,
more.
Where do all the pretty dwarves hang out?
Yeah, where do all the? Yeah, I guess.
I mean, honestly, your best bet's probably an actual 𝙀𝙀𝙀 𝙀𝙀𝙀 mini from the Lord of the Rings line.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty much every other dwarf looks like a dwarf. Like they have a very standard appearance to most lines of dwarves anymore.
Yeah.
So not really sure what else. Dark Sword makes some interesting character models. There might be a dwarf in there that's a little different than your standard, dwarf. I would definitely check out the Dark Sword line. That might give you some options. And yeah, between those two, that's probably your best bet.
Okay. I'm just going to have a quick look at the Games Workshop site.
David Moffat says, "Show me the way to the pretty dwarf hangout."
It's all about the pretty dwarves now.
But yeah, again, if people in the chat know good dwarf models or a company that sells good dwarf models, let us know, because then I'll answer the question in the group, since someone was asking. Yeah, it's interesting. Reaper has a really good search engine for their models.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever used it. Did I accidentally mute you?
Read one.
Sorry, Jeff. Oh, you
Sorry.
to mute yourself. That's fine.
I did mute myself. Sorry. The kids are here cutting my grass, and I was trying to sort how to get them money.
That is fair. That is fair. I just
hang on one sec.
Some Key says Hero Forge has a lot of customization for their models. You can even get 3D STL files. So for this person, that might be a good option.
Yeah.
For them, if they have a 3D printer, of course.
Yeah. Could be a good one. But the 𝙀𝙀𝙀 𝙀𝙀𝙀 company plastic box set from Games Workshop is $50.
Oh.
Yeah, very reasonable.
There you go.
So it has it has 𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀, and he's sort of has the sword out. Which one did he have? He had Orcrist, didn't he?
Yes, he had Orcrist, yeah.
Okay. And it has Fili and Kili and Bifur and Bofur and Bomber and Balin and Dwalin.
Oh, the whole thing.
Bilbo and Gandalf. And I'm sure I've missed one of the dwarves. Sleepy. Missed him. But
I think that set might be the answer to this person's problem.
yeah, it's a great set. There's I mean, you also then get you get 𝙬𝙧𝙀𝙀 in there.
Yeah, he's a very attractive young dwarf.
The other pretty dwarf.
Caught the eye of that elf in the movies.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Sure. So yeah.
There you go.
I would suggest that look into that as well.
Oh, Sumkey has a question for you, Dave. When are you going to sing Up Misty Mountains?
Oh, sweet. No, I won't be doing that.
We need to have a sing-off, I think. It's
Yeah.
okay. I won't make you do it.
I appreciate that. Yes.
That's not part of our contract,
It's totally not.
unfortunately.
And even if it was, I would break contract
Yep.
right then,
Yep.
regardless of cost. But yeah. We won't do that.
Yeah,
think
sometimes
it's
it's hard to find minis if you don't know like where to be looking.
Yeah.
Not just like in your brain. So I do understand that struggle. I remember someone was asking like, I want an elf, but not with a bow, but holding a sword in their one hand. And I was like, you might want to go to Hero Forge.
Yeah. If you need to be very specific. Yeah. I'm kind of just gonna say I'm kind of in an odd stage with these Plague Marines, in that I'd usually sort of get into a batch painting sort of situation. I also really wanted to focus on their armor and have a bit more of a painterly approach to the armor.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been doing them in batches of 4 or 5. I've been doing them like in 1s and 2s.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm at a point where it's like I just have the skulls to paint on everything. And obviously there's a lot of skulls, but I'm not feeling like going back and doing them production line.
Right.
I'm concentrating on one at a time. Kind of thing. I'll paint the skull entirely. Then I'll come back and paint that other skull entirely.
Are you doing standard green, or are you doing the whitish brown, or any of the other armor options on them?
Oh, for the armor? No, I'm doing more like I'm using the coal black.
Okay.
So coal black highlighted up with ivory and white, but it's very like a greenish beetle kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, something a bit different. But I wanted to have it looks so it looks like it's a little bit shiny.
Right.
Not glossy, but just a little bit shiny.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's come out pretty nicely. I've enjoyed messing with it. So yeah, when I start to take it on to these other models, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Also, Michael Harris said there are other customization miniature creator sites, including Eldritch Foundry.
Oh.
It's another option to Hero Forge. FYI.
I did not know that.
Just so you are aware. That is cool.
There we go. Excellent. So, Jeff, you mentioned before you did a rearrangement of your basement.
I did.
Did you do a create a larger hobby space?
I did. It's much larger now. It's double the size.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
So I typically have, one nice corner desk here with all my painting area. And my wife had her desk on the opposite side in another L shape, but she decided she hated working in the basement since she's been working from home for all these months, and she wanted a window. So she moved up to what was our guest bedroom and turned that into her office. So we decided to redo the basement. We needed new carpet and painting and everything down here. And I got the whole other side now that used to have her desk, and now I have a terrain painting desk. So I have a dedicated terrain desk now.
Excellent.
And I moved all of my bookcases and other things into one spot. So now this one half of the room is pretty much just my dedicated gaming hobby area.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
That'd be very cool.
And I moved my airbrush and everything over to the terrain side so I can have that set up all there. And
nice. So it's easier to bust that out.
Yeah.
Cool. As soon as I clean up my basement, I can have a larger space. But I need
Well, let me tell you, a week's worth of packing everything to move it so the carpet people could easily move things around and furniture, and was a nightmare.
Yeah.
That was just like, it proved that I have way too many things, and just made me understand that I never want to actually move.
Yeah.
Or go through it.
We just hit the 10-year mark of being in this house, so
Okay.
all the things I've amassed in the past 10 years that have been here.
We're at 16 years.
Oh
now
wow.
In this house. So yeah.
So your
I don't have to move it either.
Your shelf of opportunity is very large.
It is. There's been a fantastic meme going around on social media with the picture of a dog saying, "This dog has been trained to sniff out unpainted minis." And then the next frame below it is the dog's nose, like right at the camera.
Oh, that's so funny.
Like, I feel attacked by this meme.
Right.
I saw this other funny thing where it was like this boat being pulled through like a tiny... Did you see that one?
I did see that.
And it was like problems, all my responsibilities. And then this tiny boat that was pulling this larger boat, the tiny boat was my buying more miniatures or like painting more miniatures.
But buying more minis. Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, I'm solely focused on one thing this year in 2020.
Yeah.
Also, Mike said, I checked out the Darksword miniatures that Jeff suggested, and make Dwarf Fighter with axe and wineskin seems to be the one. Male Dwarven.
Yes, male Dwarf Fighter.
With wineskin seems to be what he's looking for.
Great.
Very cool. There you go.
Always good.
Those all the minis.
I thought so. Which is good.
How many different manufacturers would you say that your D&D collection, the minis, role-playing collection of minis is from?
That's a very interesting question. Because there's just so many, and I have amassed so many over so long from tiny little obscure companies that probably don't even exist anymore. Or since we were talking about Leona, I just sent you pictures of my redone basement. If you care to
okay.
Show folks what it looks like in the in its state. But yeah, there's probably 50 plus, if not, when you start factoring in like weird minis from board games or other things that just kind of amass over. I'm not saying that I bought $100 board games because I liked one or two models. Shockingly, like, oh, that thing's cool.
I'm not going to say I've done that either.
Right. Cthulhu, Death May Die.
Exactly.
The others.
All I can say is thank God I've been in this industry for 20 plus years and know lots of people that I can tap for things at times.
That's funny.
That is good. All right, so I have the pictures of your space.
So that's the overall, like if you're looking at the room, like from the far side, it has nothing in it right now. It's just empty. So that's where I've condensed all of my stuff. I'm kind of an organization freak, so you'll notice I have things in tons of like bins and tubs, and they're all labeled and other things. And I like to be neat about stuff.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. So, and that's my normal minis painting area. That's where I'm sitting right now. And since last week, I've added a seventh Spinner.
Oh wow!
Because I have one with all my airbrush paints on the other table. So
Nice.
and then the other desk is what was just a straight desk that like I said, I put my little airbrush hood and set my airbrush and compressor and stuff up, and yeah, and then I added these giant new tower of bits to hold all of my terrain projects.
Oh wow.
Which is just right now
Oh,
filled
these?
with lots of Underdark terrain and an entire Star Wars city that I plan on doing soon.
Wow,
Very cool.
that's
So, yeah.
awesome.
That's my new area.
Awesome.
We are all jealous.
Jeff, when it comes to like organization, Jeff and I are kind of polar opposites.
Okay.
So, as you can see, my next projects are piled on the top of this piece of paper here.
And behind you.
Behind me, and these pieces of paper are the instructions for the previous projects and the sprues that previous projects were clipped from.
That's funny.
It's the way I work.
That's awesome.
But there's still many times, even with all that I'm like, where the heck did I put this? And then
Right.
it takes me 3 hours of digging through boxes and bins to like find something.
Nice.
Also, hi, Jez. They're actually catching us live. Woohoo!
Oh, cool. Hey, Jez.
And he said, I enjoyed your Paint All the Minis interview.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Yes, I was interviewed by Dan Adam of the Paint All the Minis Paint podcast, which was it was really cool. Dan's got a really good an approach to the hobby that I really enjoy. He's very thoughtful, very mindful of sort of his approach.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great listening to him talking to different folks from the industry or different parts of the industry, talking about whatever it happens to be. Yeah, it was
Cool.
really cool to
Very cool.
chat with him about that.
When was that posted? A month or two ago?
That's a good question. I think that was beginning like early July,
Oh, okay. Awesome.
somewhere
Very
in
cool.
early July. But yeah, if you look at for Paint All the Minis, check it out on Facebook, or I think it's paintalltheminis.com. That's where the podcast lives. But yeah,
Check out Paint All the Minis to hear Dave talk about painting all the minis.
exactly.
Or maybe not all the minis, a select few minis that he wants to paint.
Well, you know how I can like talk forever about toy soldiers.
Right.
Yeah, normally the podcast is like an hour. Just 2.
Oh my goodness. And he's like, I can't edit Dave Taylor.
No, I'm sure he edited
Oh, wow.
it. But yeah.
That's awesome, though. That means it was a good conversation.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely good. A lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. And Joe says, that's Dave Taylor? The guy who wrote the book? Question mark?
He wrote
Yes. A book.
a book.
The book. The only book that you should have on your shelf. Armies, legions, and hordes.
Please, no, not the only book. Please have other books as well.
Yeah, actually have other books. It's a good book, but have other books.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's funny. Actually, thinking of like not actually podcasts, but sort of other painting community groups and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
I'll talk to you guys about Heavier Metal. I think I've told Jeff this. Sorry, but there's a Facebook group called Heavier Metal. They've been around for quite a while, and it's run by a guy called Dave Taylor.
Oh,
The Facebook group is run by a guy called Dave Taylor.
And I'm in that group, and so I often have to look twice to be like, wait, who posted this one? Like,
Why was that? My favorite thing is to post comments on Dave Taylor's posts.
oh, that's
Right.
funny.
And they creep people out, and they go, "Are you having a conversation with yourself?" No. 2 people can have the same name.
It's a different day.
the really funny thing is though that coincidence-wise, like we're both freelancers, work in the sort of in an artistic space, but his wife's name is Julie, as is mine, and
don't tell me he has 2 daughters.
my daughters are Emily and Lucy. He has 3 daughters.
Okay.
2 of them are named Emily and Lucy. Yep.
No.
His eldest is Emily, just like mine. His youngest is Lucy, just like mine.
What?
Yep.
What? That's actually kind of cool. Sort of. It's weird, but it's cool.
It's almost creepy, like that you're just like some sort of severed soul.
You're just been split in 2.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's kind of funny. But
that is crazy. Yeah. And insane.
So if you are on that group and you're hanging out and you see like the Throwback Thursday posts or anything like that, it's not me.
Okay.
It's the other Dave.
It's the other Dave. The other Dave.
And I have actually met him, so that I know that it's not a
bot,
a scam or a ruse or anything like that. Yeah.
I also have one more question, or would you like to look at minis?
Let's look at some minis.
Okay.
We'll come back to the
cool.
question.
So for those of you who are watching, we always have a part of our show where we look at miniatures that were posted in our Painting Happ Lil Minis group, which is on Facebook. So if you post during the week, then I will collect them and have us talk about them on the show. So here we are with the first one by 𝙂𝙖𝙢𝙞𝙣𝙜 Yamada. She was doing some sort of monster from Monsterpocalypse, which I really like her.
You can say pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl, is that really all it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
The P is silent.
I was Dwild says minis. Yes, it's mini time.
Yep.
I really like 𝙂𝙖𝙢𝙢𝙢's painting. They've posted their other painting before, and it's always really bright and saturated that they're doing for their Monsterpocalypse stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really cool. The wings are really nice.
Yep. I do love that fade as well. Or should I call that an ombre?
Ombre. Here in the middle, or
yep.
even on the. I feel like this has to be with airbrush, right?
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
It's probably easier to be done with an airbrush, but not necessarily. Some people are just that good.
Tell us.
I think it's beautifully done. It's great.
We also have Charlotte Gale with. She just painted a Reaper Bones Barnabas.
Very cool.
Yeah, very nice.
There's some great sort of chrome look without the chromiest chrome.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, looking really good. I like the there's a lot of nice sort of sharp edges on that armor that Charlotte sort of pulled out, like on the
right.
thighs there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, not the visor, the up, like the thighs.
The thighs. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
There's my accent. But yeah, no, looking great. Nice work, Charlotte.
Oh, Lava Painter said it's a mix of air and hand.
Cool.
They were watching. It's so great.
Yep. Really worked.
Yeah, great job.
And as Roger said, great color choices too.
Yeah.
Looking good. Very nice.
Good job. We also have Chris Clare with a monster that maybe isn't so. He was like, it's not so mini, but
that is huge. Yeah. Where's that from, Jeff?
I'm pretty sure that's a 3D printed Tarisk that I've seen floating around on some Etsy sites and things.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that looks really nice. I love the. I'm guessing those sort of primed white and washes we used for that sort of blue green.
Yeah,
looking really good, working really well, particularly around the shoulder, that front shoulder there.
Yep.
But
oh yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Very cool.
And I like that the purple that sort of goes through that blue to It's more of a reddish purple, a warmer at the top, so that it complements the yellow and the green on the belly, or sort of contrasts well against it. But yeah, nice work, Chris.
Oh, Joe G is saying the skin color on that hand is so realistic. Aha, aha. The hand here. Good one. Yeah, no, good job, Chris. I really like this one.
Yeah.
We have Cindy, sorry, with Epics and Stuff by Lance Wilkinson.
Look at the angry little mushroom peoples.
I know.
That one at the front left is super grumpy.
Yeah.
The one on the right though.
He's like, oh, and he's carrying these. I feel like Gretchen would love these.
Yeah, definitely. But
I feel like that should be like a new line of like precious moments or something that people could collect. It's just like funny mushroom people that you have around your house.
Yep. I would be surprised if they were like that. It'd be great. No, I think these look awesome. I think the color choices are great. And everybody loves the red sort of toadstool look. But yeah, there's just enough desaturation on the main sort of body of the mushrooms there. Yeah, looking really good.
And then I like how Cindy's gone back in and added, some sort of lighter variation of the base coat.
Yeah, some highlighting through there, and yeah, it does look good.
Looking good.
Yeah.
And that they're all red, and then this little green guy. It's a good time. Cornish Mikey with A Storm in a Teacup.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yep.
He had another one of these in a teacup.
Yep.
So.
No, I think this is cool. So is they're like a water elemental and an air elemental?
Yeah, that's what it definitely looks like.
Yeah. They look cool. And I love the little pop of pink in the face of the air elemental. Like even it's sort of straining and getting it flustered and it's been huffing and puffing for a little while.
Yeah, I agree. That was really smart.
Yep. But no, it looks good.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man says, this was one of my favorite posted this week. I like the puns. And Jez says, it's a cup diorama, which I agree. And Cornish Mikey had a different one, so there are actually two right now in the group.
Yep. There's one, there's a cup diorama that I've seen previously using a, it's like, I think the piece is called like the Happy Monk or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But it's a large monk in like in orange rose that's sort of standing on one foot, very delicately balanced kind of thing, and they delicately balanced on top of like a little ceremonial teacup.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think it's always fun when you can do sort of cool little things like that.
Play around with.
Yeah.
Particularly
then if you're able to give it to somebody who has a cup collection.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe Cornish Mikey knows somebody. All right, David Moffat has Blood-Bound, Blood Reavers, and Blood Warriors.
I'm not sure. Are these guys into blood? Possibly.
Maybe.
But yeah, they're looking very cool there, Dave. Yeah, I love the skin tone on the Blood Reavers there. It's got that sort of hint of gray and green and the brown. It's all working really well together.
Yeah, very nice.
Sort of it looks great, and the brass work on the Blood Warriors looks awesome as well.
And he's added some, black wash of some type on some of the shadow areas.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I think is really nice.
Yeah.
You can kind of see. It
Just
makes it for like a dirty, more grimy look.
And accentuate the contrast.
Yeah.
Definitely cool. Nice one, Dave.
That's good. Very good. Oh yeah, and Roger Moore says, I love the faces on all of them. all these faces.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. If you're not keen on painting faces, there are a lot of armies out there that all helmets,
Yeah.
all helmets all the time.
We have
I think my all of my Death Guard Plague Marines are all going to have helmets. So
conveniently.
yeah, for sure.
Sarius Sunday said, I'm not gonna say last name. Finally finished and glued this guy down, which is like some sort of dragon creature.
Yeah. Can you zoom in on that one?
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure. I think this might be 3D printed.
It looks odd. It looks like it's, I'm not sure about the. Yeah, it feels strange.
part.
It almost feels like it's like shooting lasers out of its eyes.
Yeah.
Right. Like what?
But I know that they're sitting alongside the head, not coming from the things. But no, it looks really cool. I like the subtlety between the orange and the red, or the sort of reddish pink, is really nice. And having the spines or those sort of vertebrae exposed along the back, the black is a great choice there.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Carrying it through into the those shadows around the eye is really good. Yeah, it looks cool.
We have Drew with my aggressors are complete.
Nice.
Yep.
Drew painted Crimson Fists. Shocking.
Shocking, absolutely shocking. The fun part with these is they usually have got two big fists each with the guns sort of strapped underneath the fist, but Drew just kind of collapsed the firepower into a single gun on one side, which looked like kind of like assault cannons, but
yeah,
there's something. They're from something else, I think.
Yeah, they're probably like, I know there's a couple different bits companies that makes similar like rotary cannon, weapon bits and things.
Okay, yeah, but I do like that putting that to one side has allowed the big red fist to stand out,
right,
and gives it a little bit more room for freehand and that sort of stuff. But yeah, nice work, Drew.
Looking good.
Yeah, I'd like to see Drew paint some of the Indomitus stuff. I haven't seen any of the Indomitus stuff from Drew yet. Some of the characters would be good. But yeah, cool.
Fry with a work in progress. I think, Dave, you've painted this.
Yeah, I've painted a whole bunch of Chaos Knights.
That's what you're working on.
Case at games and stuff at the moment.
They are. Yeah, they've gotten lots of great comments too.
For a second there, when you said like they are, I thought you were asking the question. Like, and I thought for a split second that somebody had taken them out and sold them. But no, I like this. I think that carapace, Jeff, is that one of the Cromlech?
It might be. We have a couple of those kits. We actually just got all the weapon arms in for the Chaos Knights too.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that does look like one of the add-on like kits.
Like an aftermarket kit. But yeah, looking really good. I love black is always a really nice sinister color, particularly like black trimmed with gold. I wonder if this is going to be in a Black Legion army. But yeah, looking really good, Fry. Nice work.
Enjoying it. Greg Hogan with a D&D Blue Wizard.
When I saw this, I thought,
it's very tiny. Is it cool?
Yeah, is that wizard kneeling down? And then I was like, maybe it's like a gnome.
I think you're right. It's a gnome wizard.
Yeah. But no, it does look very cool. I think the that bright blue is a wonderful pop.
It's fun how he's used the gold as the highlighting on the wood.
Right.
And whatever the cup or something they're holding.
That's a pipe.
Oh, it is a pipe. There you go. I can see it.
But yeah, it looks. looks
And
really-
this very big sword that's apparently holding.
hanging out behind. Yeah. But there's obvious Gandalf influences there, but
Sure.
it is nice to see it in a bright blue rather than the gray.
Gotcha. I agree. We don't all have to be Gandalf.
No.
Or paint Gandalf, I should say.
Yes.
We have.
We could all be Gandalf.
We could all be Gandalf. We have this beast by 𝙂𝙖𝙢𝙞𝙣𝙬𝙣.
Yeah, that's a Reaper model, tunneling behemoth or whatever they call it.
Okay. Yeah, that's very cool.
I really like the way they painted this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the color choices are really good. I like that obviously I'm going to mention it. I like that there's the blue, just really subtly in the armor plates across the top.
Yeah.
Which again, obviously worked really well with the orange, and not only in the scales but also in the base. But yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, very cool.
There are parts to that. And it might be the right in the middle, Leona. There's the middle of the back. There's there's that big sort of armor plate.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of some of the War Machine pieces. I'm not sure if it's like the Convergence or something like that, but similar sort of shapes. But no, it looks really cool. Nice work, 𝙂𝙖.
Kat says that sucker looks like it could do some damage. I agree.
Yeah, look at the size of the claws on the front.
Right.
And then just that like pointy chin.
Yeah, doesn't even have to open its mouth.
He's just like. Next, Jason found another old metal mini in the old box of RPG stuff.
Ooh.
Cool. Very classic druidy looking guy with a sickle and
the
antlered staff. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look very classic.
Yeah, I think it might be a hobbit because of his feet.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe.
Or just in
Human.
druids kind of
Oh, true.
chill without
They're free spirits.
that shoes.
Exactly.
He has like leaves in his hair.
But yeah, no, this looks good. I really like the choice of the green as well on the cloak. It's got that nice sort of jade green kind of feel to it. Yeah, looks really good. Nice work, Jason.
We have Sharon
Ooh.
with, I'm not exactly sure what this mini is.
Let's see, I need to zoom in a little bit. Oh, wow.
More?
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit more.
So it's supposed to be the Queen of Fungus, like the demon thing from D&D.
Okay.
That looks like a custom mini or a print or something, though. It's not one of the ones I recognize.
Okay, so those plates sort of down on the right-hand side there, the kind of like mushroom, like
Yeah, she's definitely the demon queen of fungus.
Okay, that's cool. I'm liking the, and I guess I'm definitely liking the feel of the morel head,
Right.
morel mushroom head kind of thing, with the that tone, that sort of desaturated brown. Really nice. You just scroll up for a sec. Yeah. Yeah, I think having the like the central focus, like everything sort of from here up is very desaturated. Having those brighter colors around the outside, the pinks and the greens and the oranges and blues is just really, is very cool. I like that sort of different, that contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right. It works really well. It helps balance out the piece.
Yeah, it's nice.
Looking
Oh, very
good.
cool. Thanks,
Oh,
Sharon.
and then I guess actually I didn't even really see it down here, but she has like some sort of
Oh, it's got some of the
luminescent
fluoro light, fluoro paint.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, That's cool.
Testing that. Good job. We have Jason. Got around to using the newest color from Games Workshop. Tesseract Glow.
Tesseract Glow. We are just talking about that. There we go. Yeah, looking good. You used it in the eye sockets there.
There you go.
Lenses.
Did that color come out recently? Is that?
Yeah, just released it with the new 40K set.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, a couple of weeks ago. But now they're looking good, Jason.
Yeah, it looks really good. We have John Miller with more models from Death May Die.
Excellent. Yep. The cultists look great.
Some good cultist action going on here.
Hardcore cultists. These are the kind of cultists that read.
Right.
Or maybe they read empty books? Because I'm just joking.
Yeah, maybe. No, they look great. I mean, the cultists look cool, and the characters in front look excellent. I like the polka dots on the dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking very cool. Nice work.
Yeah, really clean. It's good.
Yep. Nice work, John.
We have Kristen Darby with this very amazing elephant.
That is cool. That's funny. I was talking with my friend Rich Erickson earlier today, and Rich he's been dabbling with digital sculpting for a while. And he's doing some really nice stuff, but he's thinking about making the next step to sculpting for other companies or producing the sculpts that he's done.
Right.
But we had a good conversation about like anthropomorphic animals and how like folks really enjoy like elephants with weapons or like rhinos with earrings or that sort of thing. But so I think he's gonna do a couple of series on that, things like that. But yeah, this elephant looks really cool.
Do you think it was 3D printed?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's possible. There's so many things out there, so many Patreons and things for files and people trying to, get their sculpts out there these days.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I do like it. I do love the glow as well on the shield there.
Yeah. She was able to get a little bit on the fingernails, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
No,
nice. Solid elephant.
Yeah, I really like that. Nice work, Kristen. Looks great.
Michael Bull with a female cloud giant from the Dungeons and Dragons WizKids line.
Fantastic.
These are big models.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, the giants, and that particular one has a lot of translucent parts on it, the spell effects and some of the other parts around the head and things.
Yep. Yeah, it does look really cool. What are the what's on the hands? Oh, the hand sort of, you got the arm outstretched, you got the orange pieces there.
I think they're just supposed to be some sort of energy, like of spell power of some sort.
Okay, so the things coming from the hands are the sort of the energy that are coalescing around that, or coalescing into those.
Right. Yeah, it's like a spell being cast or something.
Okay, cool. I get it now. But yeah, no, these look good. I love the blank white eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me very much of because it's
Storm.
Storm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it looks great. Cool. Nice work.
Storm. Maybe she's a cloud storm giant. Roger Moore.
Woot!
The last mini for Legends of Drizzt.
Excellent.
Very nice. Makes sense why you didn't finish this one like very quickly, because it's a bigger model than the other ones.
Yeah. Hang on, how long did I gave him like 1 week and you gave him 2 weeks?
No, it was opposite. I gave him 1 week. You gave him 2 weeks.
Okay.
So he got it in with your timeline.
Good work, Rod.
Good work.
So it must feel great to have sort of that whole collection painted now, and you can sit there and look at it and prepare to play with it. But yeah, very cool. Nice one.
Yeah, for those of you who might not know, we've been following Roger Moore's journey painting the minis, like week after week. So it was very exciting once he finished. We were like, yeah, you can do it. Now you have a finished board game mini collection, which is great.
Very cool.
Yeah, very nice.
Liking the, oops, nope, I don't want to delete this file.
No, I'm good.
We have Sebastian with this creature. Not exactly sure where this is from.
The Tyranid Hive Tyrant for Warhammer.
Oh, there you go.
That is the Swarm Lord.
Yep, with the four swords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That looks great. I think the again, I like the desaturated sort of undertones with that really bright saturated green carapace. Looks awesome.
Yeah, very nice. The gray skin is very cool.
Yeah, this really like very simple scheme, and there's a lot of extra work in the shading and the blending on the green.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, really nice work, Sebastian. Looks great.
And then we have, lastly, Zach Cady.
Some of the new Necron warriors from the Indominus box. Very cool.
Yeah. I do like that they've got a bit more of a like a worn down, like the miniatures have a bit more of a worn down feel.
Yeah, there's a lot of busted heads and wires hanging out in the new models for sure.
Yeah. But this scheme's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of the goldy brass kind of look for them isn't too saturated. It isn't sort of too in your face, which allows that teal on the shoulders and the chest and really sort of pop out, and the classic green Necron glow looks awesome. Very nice work, Zach.
Yeah, great job.
Good job. And that is all the minis that we have to look at today. So thank you for everyone who posted, has been posting in our Facebook group. If you're interested in having your minis featured, be sure to head over to Facebook and look for Painting Happy Little Minis, ask to join, and we will allow you to. And then you can start posting any work in progress or finished projects. If you aren't on Facebook, you can tag us on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll try and get those filtered throughout the weeks as well. So,
do they tag with Painting Happy Little Minis or
actually at Game Trade Media? Yeah.
Game Trade Media, cool.
Yep. So
excellent.
Very good stuff. We had some really good things this week.
Yeah, there's quite a variety of things, which was awesome.
I also had like a post in the group that was like an open call for everybody to post their minis, and a lot of people posted. So thank you. Thank you for that. We did not get to feature everybody because there were so many people who posted.
That's cool.
I appreciate that. Also, Kat said, I love Nerd Talk. You had a lengthy conversation about anthropomorphic animals.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Just in another day's work.
Yeah. Actually, Rich is also sculpting some flies for me.
Oh wow!
So on these models, there are actually I've shown them before. They had the crazy bloat flies from the Road Trader Infected. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Road Trader thing. So and in this one here, I'm gonna look in the center. On the base down here, there's a little fly, and then also in between the legs. Let me see if I can get it right. There we go. There's another fly that are part of the model. So because I'm doing a lot more of these models, I want to have cool flies sort of stuck all over them. So and nobody makes swarmo flies in this sort of flies that are this sort of size.
Right.
So yeah, because Rich is sort of jumping headlong into this 3D sculpting thing, I said, hey, can you sculpt me up some flies? So he's sculpting 7 flies for me. I mentioned 7 because it's Nurgle's sacred number.
Oh,
But,
Chris says my retcon t-shirt didn't make it. Heartbroken. I'm sorry.
So I was going to ask if you got it, but
I
that means
did.
you did get it.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'll take it next time.
yeah, for sure. Excellent.
So I'm mostly done with my crazy thing here.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Cool. That looks great. What color did you use on the inside of the mouth?
So I painted it all flesh, and then I washed it with Reichland Flesh Shade, and then I did a second wash with Caribird Crimson around other parts of the mouth.
Okay.
And then the tongue I did in like the Warlock Purple, and then I just threw some of the because we were talking about fluorescent stuff, the Green Stuff World Candy Inks fluorescent purple over top of the tongue, so it in theory should look strangely under a black light. Thought that would be a fun little thing.
Excellent. I have a feeling that there aren't too many black lights in a D&D dungeon.
Right. Here, I have a little UV light here. We'll see if I can get it to fluoresce a little bit. It might need more time to dry. You can see some of it starting to fluoresce on there.
Cool. Awesome.
I like that you just have a black light there.
It's actually for the UV resin that they sell that you can cure the resin with a little handheld UV light.
That makes sense.
Jeff goes to a lot of raves.
Kat was wondering, Jeff, what is the curved light you are using?
It's an OTT light, so it has a daylight bulb in it. OTT light, that's the brand. They sell them at like Michael's, Joann Fabrics kind of stores. So it's been my painting light for some time now.
Cool. I have the OTT light True Color over here. This is like a portable, so you can actually turn around and close it up and carry it away
with you. Yes.
Yeah.
Take it on a journey.
Yeah.
To a land.
The funny part is that it spent so much time next to my paint jar that the interior here is covered with spots of
Little flecks of
right.
So it's kind of embarrassing to take it anywhere.
That's fair.
Good thing nobody watches this.
Well, we can't see it from that far away.
Yeah. Which is why I shouldn't have mentioned it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Cool.
Kat said, I have one like Dave's, but I had not seen a curved one. So that's why.
Yeah, I think I got it at Michael's. I think that's back in the day when I bought it.
Nice.
It's just like the perfect height too for like on a table and minis and things. So
yeah.
Makes sense. Dave, was there some projects that you wanted to talk about?
Oh yeah, there were. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, a couple of things to remind people of. Earlier this year, when do we have them on? Was it like May or June?
June.
June. We had John and Aaron from Monster Fight Club come and hang out with us, and we talked about their Metropolis terrain Kickstarter. That is now Kickstarter finished about a month ago, and the pledge manager is now open. So if you want to check it out and get in a late pledge for that, that is open now. I think we'll probably put a post in the group. I think share a post there. Lots of great kind of, I guess, modern contemporary buildings.
Great things for like Marvel Crisis Protocol and other, modern Walking Dead, any other modern games.
A lot of gaming. So yeah, that's live. The Pledge Manager is live now. Pledge Manager is also live for Studio X, which is the actually when I was folding down my light and was like, oh yeah, that's right. The Studio X Pledge Manager is now live. That's the mobile painting studio, where it's the piece that has 2 doors that pop off, and you put your paints in the doors. It has 2 wet palettes in it, cutting mats, tool trays, a brush hanger, all sorts of cool stuff. But yeah, that is now in the Pledge Manager stage. I think that opened yesterday. There we go.
Woohoo! That's what it looks like, folks. It's fun.
Yep. See that that slider on the right-hand side? Yep, that one there. Originally, like at the start of the campaign, that was just a blank piece of plastic. And during the campaign, then they unlocked one of those stretch goals, which was to switch that into a self-healing cutting mat.
Oh, very nice.
Both of the sliding panels are self-healing cutting mats. So if you want to do some clipping or some cutting or some whatever while you're out using it, you can do that. And that's going to be standard on all of the things.
That is awesome.
Both of those Kickstarters are also backed by games and stuff, so we will be carrying them. The Monster Fight Club Terrain, we have their current line right now, all their things from their first campaign, and we'll also have all of the new stuff from Metropolis. And we also back the Studio X Paint Studio, so we'll have lots of those too.
That'd be super cool. Very nice. It's very cool when local game stores are able to get in and participate, I think, in Kickstarters and get a hold.
Who just don't want to do the Kickstarter themselves, so we always like to have that stuff available, and so people can still come in and pick it up.
I think it's good. Definitely cool. And the last thing I was going to talk about is
Nova Open.
That's it, the Nova Open. So yes, the Nova Open. I'm not sure if you're are you on the Nova Open page or?
Yeah.
You can go to novaopenfoundation.org.
Okay.
So the Nova Open is a big sort of gaming event, tournament event at in Northern. It's usually Labor Day weekend.
This is it.
But yeah, so it's usually Labor Day weekend. It's not running this year, but the Nova Open Charitable Foundation that I've been a part of before does a whole set of raffles, miniature raffles each year to raise money for Doctors Without Borders, Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and Fisher House Foundation. The raffles are still going on because they've always been done online. So just a reminder, I think I've talked about them every year that I've been on Painting Happ Lil Minis, but so these are still, they're running now. You can buy tickets from anywhere in the world. There are all sorts of things. I think there are 54 different raffles this year.
Wow.
Something like that, which is pretty crazy. A friend of mine, Nate Taylor, has just finished painting up a 40K scale Warbringer Titan, which is probably about this tall. Just finished painting that up, and I think yesterday morning he finished cutting the foam for it all to fit into a KR multi-case case. There are knights, there are very cool commanders, there are busts, there are all sorts of stuff. There are armies that you could win. There's an army that I painted a little while ago, which has over 200 miniatures in it. An Ultramarine Space Marine army with the entirety of the Ultramarines 5th Company as part of it. And just recently rebased. I rebased them all to move them from 25 mil bases to 32 mil bases.
Wow, you're a masochist. That's
a lot of work. But we figured that the more people would bid on it,
sure,
if it matched the what do you call it? The kind of the standard.
Sure. I have not done is rebase my Space Marine army to the new base.
Well, the best part was rebasing them and then putting them in a case and handing them off to somebody else.
Right.
Wasn't even like I could enjoy the rebasing. But yeah, it's super cool that Nova Open and Charitable Foundation is still doing that this year, despite the show itself not going on. But yeah, definitely please head over and check out novaopenfoundation.org. Nova NOVA.
Yeah, and I
So-
put the link in the chat. So
Oh,
for
cool.
those of you watching now, definitely click over there and just check stuff out. And as you said, Dave, you could bid on something that Dave painted. Ooh.
The cool thing as well is because the Nova Open Foundation is a 501c charitable organization, they're allowed to run raffles. So all of these are being done as raffles. So it's not even like, oh, somebody with like $5,000 is going to come along and bid for it. It's
Gotcha.
Like, somebody with $5,000 can come along and buy a whole bunch of tickets, but you're like one ticket matches their one ticket kind of thing. So, and they will ship to anywhere in the world. I think the furthest that we've shipped is to Tasmania.
Oh, wow.
I've had to ship to Tasmania like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, my goodness. There's a fan in Tasmania.
Yeah. So shipped all over the world. Yeah. So definitely cool, great cause, great charities being supported there, and yeah, very cool. I think it's like 95 cents from every dollar raised goes to those charities.
Oh,
and
awesome.
The other 5 cents goes to shipping the models to Tasmania.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely very cool. And all of the armies and the big models come with KR multi-case cases.
Very nice. Great stuff.
Zabiram said, hello, unfortunately I'm late today. What have I missed? And
let's go back and recap.
Let's do everything again, guys.
How do we start? I can't even remember how we started.
Hello, welcome. Yeah, no, we've been talking about miniatures.
My hair.
Yeah, talking about your hair. I have one more question. Do you think we can fit it in before we close out?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay. Let's do that. This person says,
this long.
help! I have about 20 models. Ended up gritty after priming them. I was advised to soak them in simple green and then use a toothbrush to get the paint to come off. After 48 hours of soaking, the only paint that has come off was from the shoulder emblems. Does anyone have any recommendations?
Jeff.
And I don't know. Normally that does work.
Yeah, I think there would be two questions. One important one would be, what are the miniatures made of?
Sure.
If
the miniatures will be different options there.
So yeah, metal, there are a whole bunch of different products that you can use because the paint is typically acrylic. I mean, primer, not so much acrylic, but that's what you're going to try. That's what you're trying to eat away when you're doing the stripping on this gritty primer, which is super unfortunate.
Which results from humidity. So please be careful when you're priming with the humidity levels. And, depending on where you are, if you're here in Maryland, it's been like 90% humidity every day for the past weeks and weeks and weeks. You don't want to necessarily prime.
I'm really excited for priming week in September.
Yeah, exactly.
1 week where the humidity drops low enough that it's safe to prime outside.
Right.
But yeah, if they're metal, if the miniatures are metal, then there's a lot of different products that you can use to get rid of it. With the plastic, it's a little bit different because you're trying to lift the paint off the plastic rather than dissolve any plastic.
Exactly.
You don't want to dissolve them.
Some things will definitely destroy the plastic if you let it sit for too long and things, or make them soft. And
yep.
So
something like acetone nail polish remover is great for metal miniatures. Something a little bit less brutal, I think it's probably something like Dettol.
You can also just try some isopropyl alcohol, but don't let it sit for too long. Maybe just like a half an hour or at max, or even shorter. Just keep testing it so it'll break down the paint, but won't affect the models themselves. Someone in the Dave Moffat says LA is totally awesome. So I'm not sure that particular product, but look into that.
Yep, I think I have heard of that. I haven't used it myself, but. Yeah, David, does that work for plastic miniatures as well?
Yeah, I luckily, knock on wood, hardly have ever had to strip anything. Like it's just not a route I have to normally go.
Yep.
So,
Sumkey says the same thing. I heard LA's Totally Awesome from the dollar store works really well.
and it
Oh,
does-
and apparently it does work on plastic.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're able to get a hold of, if whoever asked that question is able to get a hold of that, try the LA's Totally Awesome.
Nice. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for
No
joining us on our stream today. We are coming to the close of the show. So, Dave, did you want to showcase anything you've painted or talk about what you painted at all? Just a little bit more on the...
Yeah, just been painting some of the skulls on the
Oh, there we go.
chain there.
Nice, come on, nice. That's good.
I don't know if you can see this. I got to put some gloss varnish as well in on the like this big open wound. This guy's got an enormous tongue kind of lolling from his belly, so I put some gloss on that. Yeah, that kind of thing. It's kind of weird. I've been doing gloss on certain areas, and then any of the sort of silver metal has been getting washes of 𝙂𝙖𝙢𝙬𝙀 red leather, which gives a great sort of rust effect, really simple rust effect. But that also dulls down metallic sheen. So it's kind of like being going glossed on one side and then dulling it down on the other, matting it down.
Right. That's very nice.
So, but yeah, it's definitely fun messing around with these guys.
Cool.
I'll show you. I will show you. I haven't done much more work on this guy, but let's get him where? There? Can we see him there?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is a model from the Warhammer Underworld's Wormspat box. They've switched out to be a sorcerer, but giving it a fly head. So very happy with it.
Very cool. I love that model. That witch sorcerer thing is very, very cool.
Yeah, she is awesome.
Awesome. Also, Mike had said before that denatured alcohol or camping fuel works well and won't harm plastic minis.
Cool.
If you're going to strip minis, look into ultrasonic cleaner.
Yeah. I've heard ultrasonic cleaners are quite good.
Yeah.
They're also good, apparently, for cleaning airbrushes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Kat said we need to donate funds for Dave to get a small light in front of his phone camera so we can actually see the minis. Oh, no.
That would spoil the unprofessionalism.
Exactly. We need it to be a dark dungeon. It is a dungeon. a layer.
Yeah.
All right, so that comes to the end of our show today. Thank you, everyone who has been watching and commenting. We appreciate kind of chatting with you and also hearing about what you guys are painting as well. If you're interested in continuing the conversation, definitely follow us on the Painting Happ Lil Minis group on Facebook and see what everybody else has been painting, and be sure to post your own miniatures there as well. So it's always fun to see what other people are doing throughout the week. It's nice. We will be back here next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Gretchen will be with us as well. Hopefully we'll see the end of the Emerald Dragon, and then we might even have a giveaway. So tune in next week.
I'm not sure. I think we've got 2 or 3 more weeks left on that.
2 or 3 more weeks? Oh, no.
That's a guess.
That's true. I won't put a time limit. Roger, I'll put a time limit for you, but not for Gretchen. But thank you, Jeff, for joining us.
Absolutely.
And
Always fun to be here.
it's always fun to have you on and have your expertise of minis and mini painting as well. So we will see you all next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a good week.